what business do we have imitating Krishna's pastimes? No, we can participate in Krishna's pastimes as a devotee, but this imitation always leads to suffering. See, Krishna is the real creator, controller, owner, enjoyer, knower, and doer. Okay? And any time that we try to imitate Krishna and be those things ourselves, then we suffer. Because that's not our constitutional position. Our constitutional position is that we're servants. Servants of Krishna. Servants of Bhagavan. So when we serve Krishna, we're in our constitutional position, then we can be happy. Otherwise, we simply create suffering for ourselves. And every so-called enjoyment in this material world simply leads to more suffering. Now, I know my God brothers and God sisters don't take this illicit sex thing very serious. But then again, look at all the trouble they've had in ISKCON around children. Huh? Look at all the suffering that's gone on. Look at all the couples who've separated. Look at all the children who've been separated from their parents and so on, and had so much trouble. Different child molestation issues, and even there was a big lawsuit about it and so many things. You know, just about financially destroyed North American ISKCON. They had to declare bankruptcy. I mean, it was a big mess. So why was this? Because they were having children not for Krishna's pleasure, not with garbhadhana samskara, but more or less they were creating accidental children. Varna Shankara, unwanted children. This is the first chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā discusses this. Now, if you can't realize the first chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, what kind of devotee are you? All my God brothers and God sisters fell down because they did not follow the prohibition against illicit sex. They took it that, well, as long as we're married, it's okay. No. No. The people that Arjuna was talking about in the first chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, they were married too. They were even married according to Vedic rules and fire sacrifice and astrology and the whole thing. But because they wanted illicit sex, Dushasana wanted to see Draupadi naked. I don't think it was because he, wanted to take photographs of her. You see, so this desire for illicit sex led to the incident that caused the complete destruction of the Kuru dynasty. You see how dangerous illicit sex is? This desire to imitate Krishna, this is so dangerous. This is so perverted. It's so sinful. Lust and the anger that comes from unsatisfied lust is the greatest sinful enemy of all. This is what destroys whole civilizations. This is what's destroying Western civilization. This is what has destroyed ISKCON. And this same nonsense standard, artificial standard, is there in most temples, most so-called devotee organizations, and even if you go to India and so on like that. There's only very few people that follow the actual standard. So the whole world is full of Varna Shankara. The whole world is full of basically ignorant idiots, condemned to a life of suffering because of their bad karma. And if they're devotees, it's all the worse because they promise at the time of initiation not to do this. And then they go ahead and do it anyway. So, of course, they're suffering. Of course, they're falling down. Of course, the temples are empty. The devotees are falling away. The association is falling apart. You know, if you are an intelligent person and you read Srila Prabhupada's books, everything is there It's all crystal clear. But they don't follow. And because they don't follow, they have created a raft of troubles for themselves and for their followers. Now we're seeing the result. You know? It's only because of these offenses against the holy name, offenses against the guru, the self-realized soul. So this is the same old story of this sorry old material world. It goes over and over like a broken record. Krishna sends his beloved devotees to preach and teach, and then their so-called disciples betray them, and they don't practice, they don't accept the instructions of the self-realized soul, and because of that they fall down, and then there's chaos, and then Krishna sends another and another and another and another. You know, like when will they ever get it? You know, without sense control, there's no meaning to the word religion. The very word religion means to bind back or to restrain the senses. And if you can't do that, you're not qualified for initiation. You're not qualified to preach. You're not qualified to do anything except maybe work for Krishna. Do a little karma yoga. And so most of the Vedas are on the principle of karma yoga. Yajna. You do some yajna. You offer the results of your work. You offer the results of your activities to Krishna, either directly or through some intermediary like a guru or a priest, a brahmana. That's as far as most people can get, and as a result they may go to the heavenly planets or something like that, but then they have to come back here again and finish up. You know, the standard doesn't change, and wishful thinking isn't going to make it change. You know, the real standard is eternal, and it's absolute. That's what is needed. That is the gateway, that is the doorway to the spiritual world. And if we want to walk through that gateway, like Jesus says, the way is straight and narrow. The straight is the gate, narrow is the way that leads unto life. You know, and I agree with that fully. That's my experience. Do we have any more? Okay.
The question from Caitanya again. What do you mean by the term God brothers? I have heard my parents' friends talking about them, and Babaji especially, and I've been wondering what they are.
Oh, God brothers mean the initiates of the same spiritual master. Like my God brothers are all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada.
The question from Amit. Hare Krishna, Babaji. Is there any difference between chanting the Maha Mantra, Dvadashakshara Mantra and Ashtakshar Mantra, or do they have the same effect as long as you are chanting Krishna mantras?
It depends on where you want to go. See, the Hare Krishna mantra leads to the highest destination of Goloka Vrindavan. The Dvadashakshara mantra leads to Dwarka Leela. And what was the other one? Ashtakshara? Oh, that leads to Narayan, the expansion of Vishnu, who is between the material world and the spiritual world, in the Tatashta area. So it depends on where you want to go. If you want to go to Narayan, then you chant Narayan. If you want to go to Vasudeva, then chant Vasudevaya. But if you want to go to Radha Krishna, you have to chant Hare Krishna mantra. So it depends on you. It depends on your taste. It depends on your desires. What do you want to do for the rest of eternity? What is the mood that you like? If you like the formal Vaikuntha mood, then you go to Narayan. or to the Vaikunthas. You chant some Vishnu mantra. If you want to go to the opulence of the Yadus, then you go to Dwarka, chant Vasudeva. And if you want the sweetness, ultimate sweetness and love and beauty of Goloka Vrindavan, then chant Hare Krishna. That's it? Okay. Well, let's chant a little Vishnu mantra. We're doing this, by the way. Some people may criticize, why are you chanting Vishnu Sahasranam? Srila Prabhupada never said that, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Well, of course, Srila Prabhupada recognized Vishnu Sahasranam, and it's in his books. You can look it up in the database. But right now, the reason that we're chanting